Oh yeah. Right. This is another City Down vlog where I ramble for like half an hour about the same subject. But I want to talk about X Factor and whether it's still relevant or not. I've tried to write it down in my little diary thing, but I've got a bit of a mental block with my poetry and writing at the minute because I think I'm just so tired and drained. But I tried writing, is X Factor still relevant? And I want to expand on that a bit. Like, X Factor has been going since 2004. Now let that sink in a minute. 2004. That's 14 years ago. Meaning that I was 13, 12 or 13 when X Factor started. I remember Will Young with Pop Idol. I remember Michelle McManus. I remember Girls Aloud. So the whole concept of X Factor was like not new. The formula wasn't new, but the only thing that was different about it was that all people over 25 could enter. And I think that's what originally made it different, and also groups could enter as well. But I think Simon Cowell, like, he's in his 50s now at least. Like, he keeps on changing it. Like, he keeps on changing it, like, too much. And he wants to make it relevant still, but, like, it's not necessarily working, in my opinion. I mean, last year's viewing figures just proves that nobody cares anymore. Nobody cares about it. Sorry, I'm thirsty. Nobody cares about the X Factor anymore. I mean, like, I think it's just because it's not relevant. It's not, like, popular anymore. And, like, no matter how much they try to change it, it's just gonna be the same old. I mean, the winner is gonna be Simon Cowell, because he wins anyway because of making money and stuff. Sorry, I'm really tired and I'm rambling. But you can always tell when Simon Cowell is like wanting to find the one that he wants, and they always market that person to be the main star, and it's like, no matter if another person wins, it's always the runner-up. It's always like, you know, Simon Cowell has got his heart set on whoever to win, and it never ends up working out. Ever. I mean, like, in the show's, like, 14-year history, I mean, I've really enjoyed, like, when Little Mix won, like, because they were different, and they're still hugely successful now, and they've never had a girl band win, and I would say Little Mix are the tweenies version of Spice Girls, Girls Aloud, that kind of thing. And it's just like, I don't know, like, the first ever winner, Steve Brookstein, I think he won through sympathy, because G4 were totally different. Yeah, I'm really showing me flaming age now, because they did Creep by Radiohead, and their version of it was amazing. And then Steve Brookstein did Against All Odds. How the fuck I remember this, I don't know. I honestly don't know, but I do. You know, I couldn't tell you what I did last week, but fucking X Factor 20 years ago. Totally. Totally. But I suppose it's something I'm passionate about because I'm rambling and rambling and rambling and rambling about X Factor. Because normally it's a countdown to Christmas and everything like that. It normally gets a Christmas #1, but no, it never ever does anymore. Because that all ended when about, I would say, 9 years ago now, when when Joe McElderry got beaten off the top spot with Rage Against the Machine. I couldn't remember what the song was, but I thought that was hilarious. It was like protest and everything like that. I mean, I did feel bad for what's his face at the time, for Joe McElderry, but he's doing alright for himself now because he's like, you know, he's got his band of followers. But now I feel like with X Factor, you've got to have like a formula. Like they always do, like this. Like you have to have a sob story. You have to be, you know, either different or something like that. You have to have an online following. You have to look beautiful. You have to look completely different to what when you first auditioned, and they normally put like seven or eight crap acts on before they have a really good act, or Simon Cowell normally gets them to pick like one song, or Psycho do, and it's like they literally get them to learn like 4 or 5 songs, and then when Simon Cowell does that, you know for a fact, well, this is fucking staged. You know for a fact he's about to say, can you please stop that song? What second, third, fourth, or fifth choice you've got? You know what I mean? I mean, what you see on the telly is completely not the first audition, and what you see on the telly is heavily edited and heavily produced to make the people that are bad look even worse. And that, for me, is the reason why I applied for X Factor a few times and I never went through with it, because my anxiety realistically could never ever handle going on something like the X Factor. And I'm now mature enough to think that. And I think like people are starting to see through X Factor now. Like starting to see through the whole thing of it, of how it's like how it's like shit, and how it's like not the best, and if you want decent music, go down the Oosburn where I live, or go down to your local pub, and then you can discover real music, pubs and clubs. I mean, yeah, you do get the occasional singer that has done all the pubs and clubs and everything like that, and then you see the amount of buskers in Newcastle, and they're like, you know, they try to do this whole style of singing where they go, ah, you know, like they try to put too much vibrato in it, and you're like, oh my god. And that's what half the singers on X Factor sound like to me. Look at me trying to be all fucking pretentious. Oh my god. But it's just, it's ridiculous. I mean, you can tell how passionate I am. It's, ugh. I mean, there was a woman just on before, and she was talking about her peacocks and everything like that. Then she started singing. I was like, here we go, this is going to be another Susan Boyle moment. Flaming heck. Like, and Susan Boyle was on Britain's Got Talent, not even on X Factor. That's another thing. Britain's Got Talent, in my opinion, is the best reality TV show out there, because, you know, it's variety and stuff like that, and they haven't changed the judging panel for at least over 3 or 4 or 5 years, and it works. And you know what I mean? Like, they all bounce off each other. And like, I don't get it when Simon Cowell feels the need to change the X Factor judging panel. Like, Louis Walsh, I used to love Louis Walsh. And now he's gone. He's been replaced by Louis Tomlinson from One Direction. And then there's Ada, what's her face, and Robbie Williams. And then Simon Cowell. It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. Anyway, it's like, how much are these people getting paid for this? And another thing, when I was like, X Factor even went through a phase of doing charity singles as well. And they don't do that now. And which is a shame. And I think they should start doing that again. And the one thing I did like about last year's was that they allowed people with original songs to be in it. And that's why I like Grace Davies. I mean, but you don't hear much from her. Not unless she was releasing something or something like that. I thought she had a very interesting voice. But then I really loved the boy band as well that won last year. What they're called? Raksu. And again, proving me point. The winners normally release the song when it's that season of the X Factor. And you're just like, what the hell? Yeah, it is like 25 fucking degrees in this flat right now. I'm sweating. Oh my god, okay. Well, they said we're in for another heat wave. Right, I feel loads better for ranting on about the X Factor for 12.5 minutes. Oh, I feel like I've just let off some steam, literally. You don't have to watch this. I will be uploading it because that's what Fielding Films is about, random shit. Where I sit down and vlog. Right, okay, I'm gonna go. Bye bye.